Happy Saturday. I'm out here walking in my neighborhood. Oh, goodness. So let me get a walk in before it gets too hot today. I'm here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And this is my neighborhood. My neighbors. So what y'all want to talk about today? I'm gonna wait till a couple of y'all come in and we get to talking. I'm learning how to work this on my phone. I usually go live on the computer. Oh shit. What the hell? So we on a Saturday stroll together. I'm trying to drop 20 pounds. That's my issue here. I'm 20 pounds heavier than I was last summer. And this weight is a struggle. I'm on the struggle bus. The struggle bus, for real. I mean, ain't too bad, I guess. But it's bad enough. If I can get it off my arms, I'd be happy. Yes, did you come in, please? Comment where you at. What y'all doing this Saturday? I'll show you my little neighborhood. Just a little middle class neighborhood here, somewhere in Indiana. So, I'm out here walking. As I said, I'm trying to drop 20 pounds. At least 20 pounds, honey. I can stand to lose more than that. But I said, it's nice. It's supposed to get real hot today and tomorrow and Monday. My grandson's birthday party is going to be tomorrow. And he's turning 12. So his is, he's into games, so it's going to be a game feature type deal, you know, arcade, video games, whatever y'all want to call them these days. I ain't into it. I never liked video games. My generation was Pac-Man and Centipede and Donkey Kong, and I never played those. So I'm out here trying to walk. I said, Angela, get up. Let's try to shake this weight off. I'll be 53 in September. So let's try to get your health together. So yesterday, what was it? On Juneteenth, I was live on my phone. And I guess when the phone was ringing, it made my microphone or whatever go mute. I don't know. So I'm going to have to watch out for that because I always getting calls. So, did y'all see, for any of you guys who watch The Housewives, did you guys see that veil threat that Little Scrappy basically sent to Portia? He said, not too much on Mama D. Not too much on Mama D, honey. He'll find 8 girls her size, 8 ugly girls her size to beat her up. No, I can't see anything. So, one day I'll be able to be like this lady. No, I take that back. I ain't gonna never be able to run. I ain't gonna never do that. I used to have to run when I was in the military, and I hated it. Yeah, so I got up this morning. I had went to it was a fashion show a couple weeks ago, and there was a lot of black vendors in there. And I had bought this. I like to support, especially being that I am a black business owner. A young lady, she had a hair mask, a hydrating hair mask. So I got up and washed my hair and put the mask on. And hopefully it don't leave nothing in my locks too much. I caught myself trying to rinse it pretty good. Anyways, y'all see it. Scrappy definitely went viral. Talking about Portia. And he said he was going to get, was it 8 or 4 ugly girls her height to beat her up. And he's standing on business by his mama. Not too much. Now, Mama D was the one who started it. Because what was, Drew was out there singing something. Looks like at the park or something. You know, she wasn't on the worldwide stage, but you know, she was out there singing. I like that song. And Mama D made a snide remark about Portia's, I think, hot dog man and something else, I can't remember. And Portia clapped back. And I guess Little Scrappy just now seeing it. He said, hey. And he cool with the hot dog man. He stand on business about his mama. I'm the same way too. I stand on business about my mama. It was with with a family member talking shit on Facebook. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I know the situation. Is she talking about my mama? Oh, hold up. My mama didn't even have a Facebook page at the time. You know how they call it the Facebook? Let me get on the Facebook. My mama didn't even have a page at the time. And you over here talking shit? No, ma'am. Don't make me air you out behind my mama, Gaither. But no. Scrappy like, no, he like Candy, I guess. You ain't gonna talk about Mama Joyce. You know, most people should be about their moms like that, but you know, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I've never seen it before. I might have seen some clips. I'm kind of familiar with some of the cast members. But most of all, I kind of know Mama D because I was watching the Dr. Heavenly live. And Mama D got up and went to the bathroom in the middle of the live. She said, hold on, I'll be right back. You could tell Mama D was drunk too. It was funny. You know, she would be somebody I would love to hang around and talk to, you know, because she seems to be pretty real. She don't too much sugarcoat nothing for what I see. You know, I don't know how she is on the show. She's probably all up in her son's business, which mothers are, because I am. I'm all up in my kids' business. No, I'm not gonna argue with their partners or anything, but I try to be pretty open with them. That way they're open with me, and I kind of know what's going on. For the most part, I got some good kids. You know, I got just 2, and they're 32 and 25. So the 32 and 25, they just both decided to have babies here within the last 2.5 months. So I got a almost 3-month-old granddaughter and a 1-month-old grandboy. Now, before that, I only had 2, which is my granddaughter who is just turned 13, my grandson who just turned 12. My daughter had kids straight out of high school, honey. Graduated. We had a big graduation for a party for her. And then the next year we was having a big a big birthday party / baby shower. I'm like, what the fuck? Not my kid. So, she had her baby a year after she graduated. Then had another baby the next year. Her kids are exactly, a year and about 8 days away. Because the baby daddy, he was like, they're Irish twins, almost. But, so it was just them for the longest, So now I got to get used to having little babies at the house. So I had them both yesterday for about, I don't know, maybe almost an hour. I said, oh Lord. I said, Jesus, because I only can do one baby at a time. Because when my daughter, her kids was little, and she still was at home when she had both of her babies. I think the second baby, she moved out maybe 3 months later. But I know. When babies cried, and in my room I don't hear nothing. I ain't hear a thing. And my husband, he was so upset when she got pregnant with the second baby. I said, she know how not to get pregnant. So, but yeah, they're about to be, they're 13 and 11. They're about to be 13 and 12 as of Monday. So, I'm out here walking. I gotta walk the fat away. Walk it away. Goodness. We're having our family reunion this year in late July. So is it July the 30th, I think we're going out to Las Vegas. That's where our family reunion is going to be this year. Yes, and then my birthday's in September. It's September the 4th. And I would like to be 20 pounds lighter. So I said I gotta get off my tail and do something. Oh, but it's a nice walk. Nice day. I think when I finish my walk, I'm going, hello. Visit my dad in the nursing home. He's in the rehab nursing home. He had to have his toe amputated. So, and I'm like his primary caregiver. So I'm like, Dad, you got to start doing physical therapy so you can end up back at home. So he just called me. Can you go give me a couple packs of cigarettes? So I go out there and probably have lunch with him. Yeah, but that's my life. I still haven't made myself watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. And just to be honest, it's just not holding my attention. I mean, there are scenes in there, I'm watching the clips online. If the show's on, I'm watching it, but I'm not watching it. You're doing everything else but watching it. So I haven't really sat down and watched it. It says Sweet Tea is supposed to be in this episode from Married to Medicine. Y'all think, well, there's no way in hell Sweet Tea can get a peach. But if she did get a peach, what y'all watching? She couldn't hang with the ladies on Married to Medicine. And for all purposes, they live, even though they probably live better than the ladies on Roa. But for all purposes, they're more like, middle-class women. They live their lives like middle-class women. They work, They're not so fancy based, you know. They're not that. You know, if they're around stars, it's because of their work. Because these are working women. Now, the Women on Housewives portrays a different role. They portray a role, you know, fabulous lifestyle. I thought it was a dog out there. Oh, Lord. No, my ass is too old to be running. So, you know, they portray a lifestyle of, you know, supposedly, what I used to watch when I was little. What's the lifestyle of the rich and famous? That's the lifestyle they're supposed to portray. And I just don't see how Sweet Tea could fit in with them. You know, and it's not really, I'm not going to say that, you know, as far as money-wise, I don't think none of them really got, I mean, you know, they might, you know what I'm saying? I figure she probably, there's probably, you know, less rich people on the show. But I'm just talking about, she's not those type of women. I think that she would get ate up. Because first trying to hang, and you see Shamia, who got all the money, and y'all still talking about she can't dress. I got some garage sales going on. That's something I ain't never like doing. People like, oh, you got so much stuff, why don't you just have a garage sale? Hell no, I'll just put it outside at the corner if I don't want it no more. I'm not about to try to be wasting all my time, put stickers on everything to get a couple little dollars. No, thank you. So anyways, with Sweet Tea, I feel like she's a good girl. I mean, she's my daughter's age. I think, but she just turned 34. My daughter just turned 32. Even though Drew probably on income level is probably somewhere around Sweet Tea's. I mean, talking about, because let's be for real, Ralph makes good money. He probably makes about what Dr. G makes, I would say. Or maybe Dr. G may make a little bit more. Now, as far as income for Sweet Tea, she should have used the opportunity that being on Married to Medicine for 2 seasons to be able to boss up her money. But you know, Sweet Tea, she was a regular round-the-way girl. You know, but she, you know, sometimes girls could be round-the-way girls, but they could still, you know, she just don't, to me, don't have that. You know, je ne sais quoi. She don't have, I don't think, that. Now, if they come up with a show for the lady she's hanging with, what is it called? Doctor's Wives? I was like Married to Medicine. I think organically, I think she looks good with that group. Let me walk through here. I think she looks real good with that group. I like her with that group. And they're her age. And they're kind of like, excuse me, seems like they're on the same kind of level. You know, some of them, you know, they're not, she just come, you know, Real Housewives, they can get ratchet, but they can read them down. And Sweet Tea just can't read at all. I can't either. I'm not quick with it like that. I gotta think about it. But I'm not gonna look stupid about it. When you say something, I'm gonna cut you out. But I can't just put all the, you know, I don't have all that sass, I don't think. There must be garage sale day around here. So yeah. I said, let me get out. I'll probably do some landscaping today in my backyard. And try to plant some flowers. Jesus, look at the mess. Um, so I usually have a guy come out, he does my grass every week. But I'm supposed to be getting a new fence around the house. And I was kind of waiting on them whenever they can get me in. They said it was going to do it before July. I don't know. At the end of, shoot, almost the end of June. We had a real bad windstorm here. Was it in February? And I was going to make my husband get out there and Jimmy rig that fence. And I was like, hell no. I thought about it. I said, nope, I'm about to file an insurance claim. Because they're already going up on my house insurance. Anyways, let me file this claim real quickly. So, I'm waiting on it to get scheduled. And then, hopefully I'll have my new fence in. Hopefully by mid-July. But you know, this is the time of year a lot of people doing home improvements anyways. So I'm pretty sure that this fencing company is probably booked solid. Because the company I was going through, my mic's still working. Because for some reason, whenever someone calls me, my mic stops working. I'll be on mute. So if I'm on mute, please tell me and let me know. Yeah. Make sure this mic working. I hope it's working. Yep, so just out for a walk. I like walking, you know, but usually by the time I get off work, I need to get some kind of something, because I just be so damn sleepy. So if I sit down, I'm ready to go to sleep. And I'm not liking this, and I hate going to sleep when it's sunny outside. See, I need to be like her. My yard. My yard, for the most part, it looks pretty good though. It does. I just want the flower beds to thrive. Because they're not thriving right now. Well, my husband, all the flowers when we first moved in, I'm not no Susie homemaker, just let you know that, because I don't cook. That ain't me. My husband do all cook. I'll cook. Hell, I ain't cooked in a minute. I don't cook in the evening. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't. This is why I'm fat. This is why I'm fat. Because I remember my son when he went off to college, and you know, I was so used to, my son played football all through school. So, you know, being that football mom, I would always have something to do. So when he went to college, he didn't go too far away. My mom said, you always up there. I said, well, shit, he always asking for me to bring him something. But he'd been playing football since he was 5. And he only played 1 year in college, and he was like, he's done with it. I was like, oh. But he'd been playing since he was 5. We went to state championships in high school. We played in the Metro League here in Fort Wayne, where they have turned out a couple different guys that came out of there that played in the NFL. This high school my son went to, that's the high school of Rod Wilson, who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I remember as a kid, my friend aunt used to date him. And here, you know, I'm a little kid from the inner city, Fort Wayne. And my little friend, she was mixed. She used to live across the street from me. And I used to love, that's why I moved in the area I moved to. I used to love going out to her grandmother's house. And her grandmother lived northeast in Fort Wayne. And I used to love it because I love it at night, hearing the sounds out there. So the year her grandmother had got an in-ground pool put in. Now her grandma was, I think, Italian, and all her children, she was married to an Italian man. But was I guess she got divorced from the man and she married a black man. But all the girls in the family, which was 2 girls, they had their children with black men. So the youngest girl, Anita, she dated Brian Wilson in high school. And I remember, them all being at the swimming pool. I'm being a predominantly all white neighborhood. And you got all these black boys coming over there because, it's a swimming pool. And I remember, I'm like 10, seeing all these high school guys up there. Man, my friend just googly eyed and had like, ooh, he cute, ooh, he cute. Because my friend grandma used to let all them black boys spend the night over there. So I was like, I remember going upstairs as a kid because we were going to ask the aunt something. And her and the boy was in the bed together. I was like, ah. And we just looked and we just kind of ran. Honey, I never went down to my mama's house. Not in mine either. And my son, 25. Hell no. There's only one squirting in my shit. It's me. And that's it. And I'm barely doing that. According to my husband. So, and that's my little story about Brian Woodson. But then, there's a couple other football players that came out of Fort Wayne. We got, he paid for the Dallas Cowboys. Because I did his mom's taxes a couple years. Oh, God. And when I did her taxes, shoot, I thought she was a little girl. And, because she had a little baby with her, so I just assumed she just graduated high school, maybe in her first or second year of college, and got a baby. Wasn't the case. The girl was like a couple years younger than me. I said, oh, girl, you look young. I mean, she looked really young. And she high yellow. So she still looked young. What is that boy's name? I actually did his dad taxes too. Something Smith. Is it Smith? Oh shit, I forgot. But I know it was a Smith guy that came out of there too. We got a couple different ones. Even the one guy who graduated 2 years before my son, he went over to, I think, the Cleveland or something. And then a couple of guys that graduated this year, and the year under him just got drafted this year. So we got a couple known people here in Fort Wayne that made it to the NFL. For us to be such a little small city, I think we got maybe 200,000 people here in this city. If that. So yeah, this is garage sale day. I just ain't never been interested in that. My friend took me garage selling one time. I'm like, girl. She was trying to cheer me up because my brother's friend had got murdered. And I went to the wake. And like I said, I know these little boys since they're little. Someone shot him thinking he was his cousin. And full circle, when I went to take my dad to get his to the podiatrist, and his daughter was a girl who was a medical assistant, I believe. I don't know if that's the correct title, but she's the one who wrapped my dad's foot. And I kept looking at her. I said, I know you from somewhere. And she tells me her mom's last name. And I go, wait a minute. Are you? And I named her dad's name. And she goes, yes, that's my dad. And I went back and I showed her a picture of him. He was probably, I don't know, like 13 or something, 12 or 13, that I had in my phone of him and my brother and my cousins. And it's like, this is like my little brothers, they were friends with them since they were like 5. And I'm like, oh man, I almost cried in there. Oh my God, because he just got killed for no reason. He was driving his cousin's car and he got out the car and somebody shot him because they thought he was his cousin, which was ridiculous. And so, anyways, my friend I was so upset about that guy's funeral. And because last time I had seen him before he had passed was at my brother's other friend's funeral, who, I mean, he was just crying all over the casket. I mean, it might have been 6 months prior to his death. And that young man had got in a bad car accident, all trying to celebrate his 21st birthday. And his friends let him try to drive home. And they cried because I guess they said, oh, we should have made him stay. Well, he was trying to make it home, fell asleep at the wheel and ran into somebody's house. And I hit a gas line or something, the car blew up. So he got burnt very bad. So, and he was a mixed boy, but very, very light. Dang near passed for light, one of those. And my son used to always call him White Boy. And not my son, my brother. used to call him White Boy all the time. And, like I said, these little kids, I would wake up with them in my room as a teenager. Because at the time, I was the only one who had the TV with the VCR in their room. So my brothers, they wanted to come in there and watch TV or watch whatever videos. And back then, we was watching Coming to America every morning. Okay, my phone rang again. I hope it's still working. So, going to a garage sale, my friend said, "Oh, come on, you need to go to that funeral. Go to a garage sale with me." So I went garage selling with her. Antiques, but if I went to a garage sale, I ain't paying $300-400 for not one thing. And I said they should have took their stuff to maybe like a flea market or something, because I mean they had nice stuff, but I would never pay $300 and $400 out of somebody's house. Yeah, and they got shit out here. Shit. And when you got your stuff just laying in the grass, it just ain't for me. I can't do it. I cannot. So I said, let me take y'all along with me as I walk. I think I'm going to end up at a coffee shop when I get done. Coffee shop, and I don't know. I might walk because my dad's not far. Now, you know what? It ain't far when you're driving, but when you walking, it might be far. I do got some money on me. Maybe I might, because he want me to get him some cigarettes. I might just walk over there and get my whole walk done. Because it's not really that far from me. He's probably like maybe a mile from my house. And right now, where I'm at, I'm probably, I don't think I'm, maybe I'm a half a mile from there. Maybe, I'm not sure. I might just do that. Take him something to eat. I don't want to walk over there and get cold. But he definitely wants some cigarettes. Because other than that, I got to drive my Scooby-Doo van that I use for business. Because my son, he got in that bad car accident. And he's gotten a settlement of his car, thank God. I guess some Dodge Challengers really, they don't depreciate as quick. They hold the value. Because he still owed maybe, I think like $13,000 on it. But they said the car was worth 21. So, he had paid it off. Plus he got a check for $7K, which was nice. He's like, well, he's going to hold that because he's in the middle of trying to buy a house. So he was thinking, no, I'll just wait till after I buy my house, then get a loan. And since we have, 4 cars around there, I said, well, you could drive one of them. But he took my car this morning. So I drive the Scooby-Doo there. Well, he gonna be driving that mug. He used to drive it before. And I had it for years. I bought it for like $1,600. And I said, I'm not putting a quarter into it other than regular maintenance. I was trying to get my husband to buy me, I want a big van. That way I could do my business a little bit better. Let's see if he'll get it for me. Or one of those, like, I would like to have one of them big old Mercedes vans. Shit, I'll be using that mug to, you know, because we do a lot of, what I say, with our family, and we travel a lot. And a lot of times when it's far, some of the family members would actually rent a big old bus for, you know, a lot of them to go. Because I remember one year we had it in New Orleans. We drove to Chattanooga, and then the Chattanooga clan had rented a bus, so we all paid so much to ride that big bus down there, and for the bus to bring us back to Chattanooga. So I like to get me like a little Sprinter. I could do one of those. Let me take my shades off. I can't see nothing. Watching from Fort Lauderdale Airport, girl. I will be getting my exercise when I get home. Okay. Let me see what it say. Adrian Johnson. Yes, I'm trying to get it off. Get up this fat away. It's easy to get and hard to get off. And me, I always was the youngest of everything and the smallest. Then how it just flip on you. You become the biggest and the oldest. And I remember, I've been dealing with my husband since I was 16. And as the weight came on, oh my goodness. You know, some people you didn't even realize that they were looking at you like that. Because like, you know, when I was young, everybody was small, you know. And we was out there MC hammering and everything else, shit. All that dancing next, and I always danced, so I was always a part of a dance group. So all that we were doing, you know, you stayed in shape. And then plus I went to the military. I ain't had no choice but to be in shape, shoot. So when I joined the military, I only weighed 103. Now I'm like, damn near 70 pounds heavier. That ain't even my biggest. I weighed more than that at one point. But the way I'm shaped up, I'm very hippie. So usually, what they call it, pear shape or whatever, I don't got no breasts. All mine's be in my thighs and my butt. That's where that's at. And I hate my arms, but you know, it is what it is. So, but as I started picking up weight, and I remember, we was somewhere, because even though I have gained weight, I don't have stretch marks. I don't have that on my stomach. So, I don't have them nowhere. A cousin had said something, because she used to always be big, so she lost weight because she got sick. And she had mentioned something about a size that she had to buy. And I felt like, because the way she said it, so I think I was probably in the 12. The way she said it, it was just like kind of like taking a dig at me. And I'm like, I know this bitch ain't talking about me. Because I'm still going to be extra. Because everything I wear is extra. My makeup going to be extra. My hair going to be extra. I'm going to go somewhere. Y'all just be seeing me on here when I'm tired. When I step out, I'm the one who get compliments all the time. Because my husband be like, what about me? Almost like skinny man, chill out. But she made a comment, and I just thought, oh, I never knew I was y'all goal to get smaller than that. And because to me, I never considered myself skinny because I always was that booty, hips, and thighs. Even though being 103 pounds, I never, to me, looked skinny. Because I always had nice ass legs and had no arms. That was probably the smallest thing for me. And these things breasts. Didn't have them either. Because most girls who, to me, I think that's thicker the thighs and booty, they don't have breasts. I was just kind of built like a, I would say like a sprinter. You know, a person who ran track. I ain't run track. I tried that. It's like, My brother was into sports. I was not. My thing was dance. So, that wasn't me. So it's starting to warm up now. So, that was my day. Walking in the neighborhood. And it's relaxing. Here in Northeast or Wayne, Indiana. What to say? We're the second biggest city in Indiana, but it feels like a small town. We have crime now. We have crime. In the 90s, the crime was real bad. All of a sudden, we went from, my daddy called it Happy Days, because he's from Missouri, but he came here by the way of Cincinnati. He was like, I came here, all the niggas dressed like Happy Days. But it went from being this really nice town. I mean, you know, it has some issues, but we didn't have issues with like gang violence like that. But when that crack epidemic hit, and them Detroit boys came down here, it got real ruthless. A couple of the murders were on world news. They said, what the hell going on in Fort Wayne? Y'all turned into a little Gary. Now, Gary way smaller than Fort Wayne, but Gary is outside of Chicago. And at that time, we had, like I said, the Detroit boys came down here, and I guess they saw our town as a gold mine for selling crack. That's where I can put it. But them Fort Wayne niggas bossed up, I guess. And half of them was my cousins. Terrible. Yeah, my dad's family is not from here, they're from Missouri. So I really, other than the cousins that are my first cousins, my dad, they don't have any family here other than their brothers and sisters. So people who grew up on their street, they're like family, because my father and them didn't have family here. And it was so nice because like on my dad's birthday, even though he the OG, and all the little guys in the neighborhood, they looked up to him. They came to celebrate his birthday, but I had took him to the hospital because, you know, they brought his liquor and was bringing his weed. I said, but I wasn't liking the way his foot was looking. I didn't want to waste another day knowing that. So my cousins called me like, where Uncle Flynn at? Where Uncle Flynn? I'm like, he in the hospital. So, yeah, so I said, when I get done with my walk, I'm gonna walk my ass on over here. I should have worn my dang on Apple Watch. I ain't bought an Apple Watch. I ain't even worn it in probably 3 years. I wonder if it still works. I feel like my wrist started hurting and I stopped wearing it. At least I could have figure out what my steps were. But I'm gonna get on off this phone. Y'all enjoy y'all day. I'm gonna finish this beautiful walk. It ain't too bad. And I'll get with you, and hopefully I'll have time or feel like watch Aurora, but I'm definitely gonna watch the episode tomorrow. So hopefully I can catch up and I can join back with Brandy Janae and doing our live reviews on Monday. But I don't know why. I don't feel like watching it. And I just, like last night, I finished watching Straw, finally. And, you know, it was what it was. Maybe because I seen most of it, so I wasn't really that emotionally invested. I just wanted to see for myself how it ended. You know, so I started all over and watched it from the beginning. And then at the same point, I started getting sleepy. So then I started having to, move around. I made sure I was watching it downstairs in the sitting room. I'm just no good in the evening, I promise to goodness. I need to find something to get on so I can, I don't know, I'm deficient in something because I'm always tired. I can sit down or either be driving and come to a stoplight, and I find it hard for myself to kind of stay awake. And you talking to somebody who I drive a lot, well, I travel a lot, and then most of the time I travel, if we're driving, I'm the one who's driving. Because even with my husband, ever since he got in that accident, he don't really like to drive in bigger cities anyways. So, he about had a whole heart attack driving through Chicago. And when we was driving through Houston, once we, because we got rid of the car, once we got off the plane, and I'm like, look, you push your brakes over there on the passenger side, but leave me alone. So we were getting ready to go to Jamaica last year, and was catching a plane out of Detroit, and we left about midnight. Now, mind you, we're driving on like a secondary highway, so the speed limit ain't even that high. And we was driving, and I noticed this dude get down like to 45. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, pull over right now. It was a little foggy, I will say that. And I think he really needs to get some glasses, but ain't facing it. You know how men do, they don't do. You know, he be looking at stuff all crazy, but no, he can't hardly damn see. Got all the insurance in the world and wanting to get checked out. But anyways, I made him pull over, and I talked about him like a dog, because my husband always cracking on people. But I was killing them all the way there. I said, shit, we ain't gonna never get to Detroit driving this slow. We're gonna miss the flight. Because, I mean, he was all up on the steering wheel. Mind you, he's not tall, but he's 6 foot. And he all up on the steering wheel looking like an old granny trying to drive. And he be cracking on me. You know, all my little limitations, because I'm short and chubby. Ooh, this is getting, I'm starting to sweat. Ooh, shit. It's starting to get warm now. But let me go home and be 2 pounds lighter. I'll be happy. I'll get out here and walk tomorrow morning. But yeah, let me get on out here before I get in. I don't want to melt on camera. I feel like I'm melting. Oh God. But this is really nice. Look at the pond over there. The little duckies over there. Nice little scenery. I said coming in, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Northeast side. Damn near New Haven. Let's go Fort Wayne. So I didn't ramble, didn't talk. I didn't talk about Scrappy. I didn't talk about my life being a football mom. Oh, before I go. Y'all watch Potomac? What y'all think about Stacey lying? Didn't Giselle say that Stacey was coming out with some kind of cannabis something like Happy Eddie? And she goes, no, I'm not. And yes, she is. She just talked about it or released something about it on Juneteenth. She has like a, I want to say like a health and beauty line that's probably got infused cannabis in it or whatever. So, some people are saying she's a liar, because I definitely don't believe that her, what's the guy named TJ? Or And I just learned that term. That looks pretty good. I just oiled my hair after I washed it, so man, you see a whole bunch of oil coming down. Ain't sweat, but I do got sweat on my nose. So yeah, so Giselle called it. She called it on Mia, living in Atlanta. So Jizzy got it correct. Now, I watched Potomac, and I had to, I used to catch it here and there. Because my main thing on Bravo was Atlanta Housewives. So, if you came on after that, then I might have caught it or whatever. But I wasn't a person who just actively looked to find the show. Same with Married to Medicine. Until I caught Married to Medicine one season. And then I had to go back and rewatch because like I said, I popped in and out. Never really paid attention because by the time we got 45 in, I'm like, oh shit. Honey, I was watching the news all the time. Now that he's 47, I don't watch the news at all. So I'm just over it. And so I went back and watched all the episodes of Married to Medicine. And then I did the same thing with Potomac. Watch, because I wanted to find out why everybody hated Jizzy. Why they don't like the Green-Eyed Devils? Is that what they call them? Green-Eyed Devils? No, Green-Eyed somebody. Like Green-Eyed Bandits, what they call them. I'm like, why they don't like them? They just messing like everybody else is. Because when I first started watching the show when it first came out, I started watching it with Karen, talking about all this bougie shit about Potomac. I think that's really turning me off. Because, oh, Potomac this, oh, Potomac that, that's not Potomac. Hey, bitch, you grew up on a farm. I'm like, oh my God. See, I did not like Karen when I first started watching it. I ain't like Karen, I ain't like the damn wig. And then when she said her age, I just could not believe it. And you still can't make me think she's how old she says she is. I think her and Ray ain't too far apart in age, me personally. I think she looks nice, but she just looks older than me. Well, maybe she looks older because she drinks a lot. Because I got family members that are her age. And when I showed a picture of her to my mother and asked my mom how old she thought she was at the time. And my mom thought, well, how old was she? Was 60 at the time, 59 years or 60 or something like that. And I showed my mom a picture of her. Oh, I'm sweating. And my mom goes, but she looks nice. She was like, but look. My mom started pointing out, my mom real critical, like I am. She said, but look at this, look at that. She said, my mom said, that lady about 70. And I thought, yep. Because to me, my mom's chubby, but she looks, to me, older in the face. To me, even when I first started watching Potomac, because she's supposed to be like 50, or in her 50s, I'm 52. And I just felt like she walked old. She acted old. She didn't act like a person. At that point in time, to me, I felt like she acted like she was 60. She didn't act like a younger woman to me. She just, nothing about her said young, and 50 ain't young, but nothing about her at that time to me said that her and Giselle was the same age. I just went buying it. Or close to the same age. So I still believe that she looks older. So, but she looks nice. She's built up nice. She got all the right surgeries because you've seen her from the beginning. It was like, What is up with them wigs? Same thing with Giselle. I'm like, what the hell? I'm a kind of person, I've worn wigs before, and that's a long time ago now. I wore when people were wearing like the short flip wigs, kind of pixie cut a little bit. And honey, that was my go-to when I started doing my hair. But then I noticed I must have been doing something wrong because I wore that wig on one time, was covering my hair, and it was like maybe an inch long, and the top of my hair was like, and I asked my kids, did y'all get some scissors to cut my hair while I was asleep? Because I couldn't understand how my hair fell out. So from there, I quit wearing them. You know, let your hair fall out, you do a whole lot of stuff. And that's one reason why I don't really bleach my hair anymore like that too. Because when I went to the beauty shop, I got bleached, my locks was falling out in the bowl. This is in 2021, and my hair is not recovered from that. Yeah, my hair felt like wet toilet paper. All where it was bleached at. Trying to do something. And I remember when I come back from the beauty shop, my grandkids looked at me. It was like, they called me Awa. Awa, you like that? I just cried. No, I don't like it. My hair was ugly. I went to the beauty shop looking better when I came out. Trying to chase after some blonde in my hair. So I was going to do like brown blondes and something else, honey. And I was going from like a reddish color. Almost the color that it is now. A little more red. I'm like, I have to keep my hair down. I'm almost all gray. And I ain't ready to give up the ghost yet. I said, shoot, my grandma had gray hair. So I feel like, hell, I ain't wearing it. I think gray hair was cute on me. I wouldn't like it on me, is what I say. I'm not ready for that. Like my husband, he wears hair on his face. And I'm getting used to his hair being gray. I'm like, oh. But he's like, I'm not putting that dye shit on my face. I don't blame him because some guys, they put it on, it just looks so fake. So, and he's always wearing, like right now, if it's after 12, I don't know what time it is. He makes a beeline to the barbershop every weekend when he gets off work, and he's gonna get his hair braided. Now, I want him to get rid of the goddamn braids. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I just wish, because I liked him best with the fade and all that kind of stuff, them haircuts. I'm tired of this, of these braids. I mean, they look nice, but he's 55. Now, come on, it's time to give it the ghost. Give it on up. Now, he's always used to have long hair. But his hair, I mean, it ain't that long to me. I'm like, why don't you just get it cut off? Because my husband used to be so thin. And when he first started growing his hair out, when he got fired from his job, I never forgot that. And he just, he going through something, and he decided to let his hair grow. And I told him, you better not come back here wearing no motherfucking wrap. Walking around like his dad used to wear his hair long and wore a wrap. I was like, I see your ass in the beach, I'm gonna be mad. Long and hard, what'd he do? He wore his hair, he's out here looking like, had hair like DJ Quick. So, he had his hair done. It was right, it looked nice on him. I'm not even gonna lie, I ain't gonna hate, it looked nice. And he had just started putting on weight because he was always, kind of tall and real slinky. But I think he likes his weight because he's always been so skinny. And his aunts, they started cracking on him. They was calling him, because of the way his hair was, they was calling him Fat Williams. Not Cat Williams, but Fat Williams, because he had started picking up weight. Now, my husband, he's like 6'1", 6 feet, somewhere like that. He's probably maybe 230. Which, you know, he's got a beer gun. He's, the rest of him ain't that big. He may be 230. I don't know. But, you know, but he's one of those, he's always played basketball. So he's basketball, that kind of build. Real slender. You know. But thank God my son, he took more after me as far as a build, because he has a nice build. He wasn't a thin frame. He was a, you know, he has that cocky frame. So his muscles look good on him. But my husband, he's never had that. But he's always kind of wanted that. Yes, he was just so skinny. He's kind of used to wear his clothes so big. You know, and he's like, oh God, I didn't know he was that damn skinny. And hear me talking about skinny, and I was just a little too. But yeah, at that time. So I said, for us to be skinny people, we didn't pick up weight. So I'm almost ready to get to this nursing home. So let me get off this phone so I can get real busy on this walk and make it to this nursing home. We're gonna see my dad. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.